The first snow of the year began in the late afternoon. It started quietly, with just a few small flakes drifting down from a sky the color of soft gray wool. People in the town looked up from their windows and felt something shift inside them. The first snow always did that. It brought memories. In a small apartment above a bakery, a young woman named Clara watched the snow from her kitchen window. She held a warm cup of tea in her hands. She was not thinking about anything in particular, but the snowflakes falling slowly made her think of her grandmother. Her grandmother loved the snow. She used to say that snow was nature's way of telling the world to rest. Clara smiled at the memory. She could almost smell her grandmother's kitchen, filled with the scent of cinnamon and warm bread. Across town, an old man named Arthur sat in his favorite chair by the window. He saw the first flakes land on the glass and immediately melt. He remembered the first snow of 1962. He was a young man then. He had walked his wife, Elena, home through the park. The snow had covered their footprints behind them. They had held hands and laughed. Elena had been gone for 10 years now. But every first snow, Arthur felt her hand in his again for just a moment. A few streets away, a little boy named Sam pressed his nose against the cold window of his bedroom. His eyes grew wide. Snow. Real snow. He had only seen pictures in books. He was born in a warm country and had moved here with his mother just that summer. He had never felt snow before. He did not know what it felt like. He only knew it looked like magic falling from the sky. He ran to tell his mother. On the main street, the shopkeepers came outside to watch. Mrs. Patel from the grocery store stood under her awning. She remembered the first snow of her childhood in a different country, a mountain village far away. Her brothers would throw snowballs at her. She would run and hide behind the big pine tree. Now her brothers were scattered across the world. But the snow made them feel close again. A young man named Leo was closing his bookshop. He locked the door and turned to see the street already turning white. He remembered the first snow 5 years ago. That was the day he had opened the bookshop. He had been so scared. He had worried that no one would come. But people did come. They came in from the cold and bought books and drank the coffee he made for them. The snow that day felt like a blessing. And now, 5 years later, it still felt the same. High up in the clock tower, the town clock keeper, an old woman named Margaret, checked the time. She saw the snow falling over the whole town from her high window. She remembered all the first snows she had seen from this very spot. 43 years of first snows. She remembered the years when the snow was heavy and the years when it was light. She remembered the year the snow came in November and the year it waited until January. Each snow was different. Each snow carried its own memories. Down by the river, a fisherman named Hank pulled his small boat onto the bank. He looked up at the sky and felt the cold flakes on his face. He remembered the first snow he ever saw as a boy. He had been fishing with his own father right here on this riverbank. His father had pointed up at the sky and said, "Look, son. Winter is saying hello." Hank smiled at the memory. His father was gone now. But winter still said hello every year. In the schoolyard, children were being let out early. They ran into the falling snow with shouts of joy. They held out their tongues to catch the flakes. They did not have long memories yet. They were making their first memories right now. A girl named Maya caught a snowflake on her mitten. She looked at its tiny, perfect shape. She had never seen anything so beautiful. She would remember this moment for the rest of her life. At the bus stop, a teenager named Ella stood alone. She was listening to music, but she took out one earbud to hear the quiet. The snow made everything quiet. It softened the sounds of the cars and the people. She remembered the first snow 2 years ago. That was the day her best friend had moved away. They had stood at the same bus stop in the snow and promised to write. They had kept their promise. Ella smiled and pulled out her phone to send a message. "It's snowing," she typed. "I remember." Back in her apartment, Clara finished her tea. She watched the snow cover the rooftops across the street. She thought about all the people in the town. She wondered what they were remembering. She wondered if they were also thinking about someone they loved, someone who had taught them something beautiful about the world. She felt connected to them all, even the strangers, by the falling snow. Arthur, The old man by the window stood up slowly. He walked to his coat rack and took down his heavy coat. He put it on and wrapped a scarf around his neck. He had an idea. He wanted to walk to the park. He wanted to see the snow covering the path where he and Elena had walked so many years ago. He opened his door and stepped out into the quiet, white world. Sam and his mother came down the stairs of their building. Sam was wearing a coat that was a little too big for him. His mother had wrapped him in a scarf and put boots on his feet. He stepped outside and felt the cold air on his cheeks. He looked up and saw the snow falling. He held out his hand. A snowflake landed on his glove. It did not melt right away. He looked at it closely. It was a tiny star. He looked up at his mother with wonder in his eyes. "It's real," he whispered. Margaret, the clock keeper, decided to walk home instead of taking the bus. She wanted to feel the snow under her feet. She walked slowly through the town square. She saw children playing. She saw couples walking hand in hand. She saw shopkeepers brushing snow from their doorsteps. Everyone was out. Everyone was part of this first snow together. At the bookshop, Leo had not gone home yet. He was standing outside, watching the street. He saw Arthur walk by, headed toward the park. He saw Sam and his mother, the little boy's face full of wonder. He saw Margaret, the clock keeper, walking with a peaceful smile. He saw them all, connected by the same quiet magic. Hank left his boat and walked up from the river. He passed the schoolyard and heard the children laughing. He remembered his father's voice again. "Winter is saying hello." He nodded to himself. Yes, it was. At the bus stop, Ella saw an old woman waiting. The woman did not have a coat. She was shivering. Ella walked over and offered her spare scarf. The woman looked surprised, then grateful. She wrapped the scarf around her neck and smiled. "Thank you," she said. "This reminds me of the first snow when I was a girl. My mother always gave me her scarf when I was cold." Ella smiled back. "My best friend gave me this scarf," she said. She moved away. "But I think she would want you to have it today." The snow continued to fall. It covered the streets and the rooftops. It covered the park where Arthur walked slowly, remembering Elena. It covered the bookshop where Leo finally locked up and started for home. It covered the river where Hank had pulled his boat to safety. It covered the whole town in a soft, white blanket. That night, everyone in the town went to sleep with the snow still falling outside their windows. They carried their memories with them. The old and the young. The happy and the sad. They were all different. They had all lived different lives. But they all shared this one thing. They all remembered. And the first snow, quiet and gentle, kept falling over their dreams.